Thank you for watching this episode of Inside IU Volleyball with head coach Sherry Dunbar. Coach, we're back in the office this week after traveling to Iowa and Nebraska this weekend. You guys fell to Iowa in 5. It was a back and forth match, but you have to be pleased with the fight that the team showed on the road.
Yeah, I think that was a step forward in some different aspects. I thought Kelsey Marshall ended up having a good match for us, and Caitlin Cox, and I thought our passing was better as a whole. Ivie as a whole had a better weekend, just staying aggressive with her swings, and ended up losing 15-13 in the 5th. And if it would have turned the other way, I think it could have given us a lot of confidence. But I think as it was, we saw some things improve.
Yeah, 20 digs for Caitlin Cox, and Kelsey Marshall set a new career high with 22 kills and also had a double-double with 14 digs. And then the next night we went to Nebraska, and though you fell in 3 to the number 6 team in the country, you made Nebraska earn their points.
Well, I just thought, number one, I thought it was one of the best atmospheres our players will ever play in front of. Just a very educated volleyball crowd. Cheered for Caitlin when she made some great digs and long rallies, and very fun environment to play in. And I give them a lot of credit, the tradition they've built and the fan base they've built. I thought the first set we came out and we were really aggressive and really did make them earn points. I think as the match went along, they started to wear us down. Just, physically they're better than us right now, and they played a good match, and they don't make a lot of errors. So you do have to earn every point that you get off of Nebraska. But I thought it was a great experience for our players and seeing what we want to be, and we'll get another shot at them, in our home place.
And I really enjoyed the hospitality of all the people in Nebraska. Everybody was so nice. Even when we were getting on the bus, a few fans came up to Coach Mueller and said, despite the loss, I think you guys are a really good team. So
yeah, it was nice.
Nice people in Nebraska.
Yeah, a lot of kids came up to Caitlin, I know, after the match and wanted a picture taken with her and everything. And like I said, just a really neat. It's great. Obviously they're a competitor of us in the Big Ten Conference, but just to see people love volleyball, the sport of volleyball, so much means a lot to me and a lot to everybody that loves the sport.
This week's player that is featured is Ivie Obeime, so check out my time I spent with the junior. Ivie, thanks for joining me. We're here in the Arboretum. It's a beautiful fall evening, and it's everybody's favorite time of year, midterm week.
Midterm week, everyone's least favorite time of year. A couple big tests this week. Just trying to get some good grades before we leave, or before Ohio State and Penn State come in this weekend.
And you're a biology major, so do you have to dissect anything for a midterm or anything like that?
No, I haven't had to dissect anything. Next semester I will have to, but this semester I have a class called the philosophy and the history of medicine, which is my biggest midterm this week, so that'll be kind of interesting.
It's an interesting topic. You chose some prime real estate here for your filming location. Why'd you choose the Arboretum?
The Arboretum is by far the prettiest place on campus because of how big it is. It's like a big park actually, and there's always a lot of grass and all the trees are here. And like when it turns to more of a fall time, the trees all try to change colors, and it's gorgeous. There's a little pond in it, and people like to lay out here and like read or do their homework, and it's awesome.
And Coach was telling me you didn't come to IU for volleyball at all. You came here as a regular student and then just walked up one day and decided to try out. So what made you come to IU as a non-volleyball player?
Well, I live an hour north of here in Indianapolis, and it was a good distance away from home, and my parents, my uncle and my dad both went to school here and absolutely loved it. And I've grown up in the IU community. I've always been an IU basketball fan, and IU's always been my #1 school, and it was just a great school for me, and I absolutely love it. And it's a beautiful, beautiful campus, and everyone here is really nice and welcoming, and they had so many options for me. So it was awesome. It was a perfect fit for me.
Indiana University, it's an Obeime family affair.
Yep.
Ivie, thanks for joining me this week, and good luck on your midterms.
Thank you so much.
I had a really nice time with Ivie.
Yeah, Ivie is a really unique kid. I've just really enjoyed having her in our program. A lot of people don't even know how she got in our program, but she really stopped by the office and wanted to try out, and had already been at Indiana going to school, and so we gave her a shot and had great athletic ability and really just missed the sport and being a part of a team. And to see how much she's grown as a person and as a player over the last few years has really been exciting for me, and for our program to have somebody like that in our program.
So Ivie made recruiting easy for you.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to go watch.
If they could just come and walk in the office and say, I'd like to be a part of your program, that would make it a lot easier on me. Save us a lot of money, too, traveling around.
So you heard it here. If there's any freak athletes
Yeah.
around Bloomington, please
come by.
Come to Assembly Hall. Talk to Coach Sherry Dunbar.
Absolutely.
This week we have Ohio State and Penn State coming to UGym. You beat both of them last year at home. Not a lot of teams can say that.
Yeah, that was a great weekend for us. And it was, last year we did everything a little bit unconventional. I think we were 0-4 at the time, or had lost 4 in a row, and then came back at home and beat them both that weekend. And it was a fantastic weekend, one of the best in our program. So, maybe again this year. We'll see. I think the most important thing, though, as we go through this, we call it a journey, as we go through this season, and is to stay focused just on the next day, finding answers to why we're not succeeding, and always trying to find solutions and not just questions. And we're trying different things in practice. The players are all staying positive. And even yesterday I'm talking to the captains after practice, looking around, and there's still half the team in there after practice is over, still trying to get better, getting extra reps in and everything. So, a lot of people look and say, oh, you have so many losses in a row, and we're just focused on what we're doing right now. You can't worry about what happened already. You can only worry about the future, and so we're just focused on getting better right now, maintaining the composure in our program and the attitude and the determination to get better every day, and I think we're continuing to do that.
And Friday night, the athletic department will provide free transportation for students from the Northwest Quad, the business school, and various stops along 10th Street to come out to UGym. So we're looking forward to seeing a lot of students there. They will also provide pizza to the first 150 students.
I'll be there.
It's always nice to have a huge student section.
I love it.
Matches.
Yeah, absolutely. They sit in that end zone and they cause kind of havoc, for the servers on the other team, and we love it. It is the home court advantage that we enjoy in the Big Ten, so we hope 150 will come out right away and get their free pizza. Anything that says free in front of it, usually we find that students will show up.
And not just for students, but the first 200 fans in the door at UGym Friday night will receive a free Big Ten bag. So extra incentive to come out to UGym this week.
Put your pizza in the bag. Okay.
I don't know how that's going to work, but you could put the pizza
Save
in the
it
bag.
for later.
Be very economical with your
That's right.
giveaways. This week's tweet of the week comes from Ann Rollman, who works in the athletic department. She was out in Vegas, and she says, "Just saw IU volleyball on ESPN in Vegas. Power of the Big Ten."
Yeah, how cool is that? I got lots of texts and emails and everything saying they saw us on ESPN too, and like I said before we played and you and I talked, what a great atmosphere to put our program on the national stage. And obviously we wish we could have played a little better and beaten Nebraska, but still it's the exposure that we enjoy in this conference, and we'll be on TV several more times this year. But to know you're out, in Vegas on the big screen, and people all over the country you're watching and texting, that's very exciting for Indiana, just in general.
My mom actually watched the replay of the IU match instead of the Colts game Sunday. So,
I like that.
So
I
maybe
like
a lot
that.
of people doing
Did
that.
she get to see you on TV?
No, I was up. I was up in the balcony. But another promotion we have going is the family 4-pack. It's 4 tickets for $12, and those are available for the Ohio State match this Friday, Wisconsin a week from now, Iowa later in the season, and Purdue on Thanksgiving weekend.
No, that's great. And I know we had a couple of tweets about our Dig Pink match, which will be coming up not this weekend, but the next weekend against Wisconsin. And that's a great thing the Big Ten has picked up on. The month of October, everybody in the Big Ten for volleyball chooses one match.
We just had it in Iowa.
And we just had it in Iowa, and we hope to do our part in at least putting out a lot of information about breast cancer awareness and wearing our pink. And, obviously the NFL, college football, everybody's doing it, and so it's a great month for awareness.
So go buy your pink T-shirts, pink pants, pink hats.
Whatever.
Wear them to the Wisconsin match next weekend. But for this week's episode of Inside IU Volleyball with Sherry Dunbar, I'm Cody Sherritt. Thank you for watching.